What does the greatest democracy in the world look like? Let's go find out. What Democracy Looks Like In is a podcast where ordinary people from around the world tell me how democracy and voting work in their country. Why ordinary people rather than political scientists or journalists? Well, most of us don't really know, or to be honest, care about the nerdy technical details of things like the Electoral College, at least until it's really, really important. So what do we know and care about? What are people in different countries talking and thinking about when they vote? If you ask a political scientist, they're going to talk about the official stuff, and that is important. But in this podcast, we get a glimpse into the arguments and debates that people are having with their friends and families around the kitchen tables or at the local bars, the kind of stuff that doesn't usually end up in the BBC or the New York Times, and therefore you don't really find out about if you don't live in that country. In each episode, I interview two people from the same place. One is usually someone who has lived abroad and therefore has a comparative perspective on their own homeland. The other guest is someone who's in the country at this moment, so therefore has an idea of what's happening on the streets right now. We talk about the logistics of election day, why a monarchy might be better or worse than a president, how anyone actually gets anything done on a day-to-day basis when every level of civil society from the local post office up to the presidential palace is riddled with corruption. And in each interview, I tend to find out that a whole lot more goes into making or unmaking a democracy than just voting. The church, for instance, or the army, students or strikes, the drug cartels of Mexico and Italy on the one hand, or state-sponsored terrorism of Hezbollah on the other. My name is Mary, I'm the host and producer of What Democracy Looks Like In, and you can find this show on iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. You can also check us out on our website, www.democracyinpodcast.com.